Hey, Wonder Friends! I wanted to talk to you about something today that I thought was kind of important. So, have you ever had a time where maybe you didn't understand something and it made you get a little scared? Maybe a little anxious. What I mean by anxious is it made you feel a little bit nervous, like you weren't really sure how it would go. Maybe there was something that you had to try, like maybe it was the first time you got up to hit a baseball, or maybe it was the first time you tried a new dance and you weren't really sure how it would go, but you thought about it a lot. And every time you thought about it, you got a little bit scared. Maybe you felt a little bit of butterflies in your stomach. An example for me would be like, I had somebody that asked me to do a drawing, and now I knew that drawing was really important to this person, and I was really thinking about it a lot, about how can I make sure that it looks really good for them. And I spent a lot of time thinking about it and erasing it and thinking that I wasn't good enough and all of these things. And then I sent the email and I didn't hear back right away. And it made me think that all these things, that there was, maybe it wasn't good enough and maybe they didn't like it or all this stuff. And I spent all this time, and it turns out that they thought the drawing was awesome and everything was good. That is called worrying. And so if you ever have a time where you think too much, because that happens, right? Or we think a lot of stuff that maybe isn't real, or we hear things on TV that scare us because we don't know what it is, or we see things on YouTube or any other place that kind of freaks us out a little bit because we're really not sure what it means. Sometimes we think so much about that it makes us worry. We get a little scared and we don't try. So sometimes the easiest way to deal with worry is to just give it a shot. Sometimes it's to ask a question so you understand it more. Even if it's scary, find somebody that you could talk to and ask them a question about what this thing means that you're thinking about. So that way you're not just constantly thinking about something and worrying about it, because when we do that and we stay scared, we don't try new things and we get too freaked out sometimes to do something about our worry, right? So I thought it would be really cool if we got some markers and some paper and we drew what worry might look like. A fun character here that we can draw together. And before we get started, make sure you don't worry that yours doesn't look like mine, because it's not. It's going to look like your version of it. And while we're drawing this, I want you to think about a time that maybe you worried a little bit too much. And then after you tried it anyway, you realized it wasn't that bad to begin with. So get your paper and some markers. Let's have some fun. Draw and worry. All right, Wonder Friends, do you have your marker, paper? And we are going to draw worry. Speaking of worry, I don't want you to worry if your drawing does not look like mine. We're just going to have some fun here. Just go along with it. If I go too fast, feel free, stop the video, rewind back a little, and I'll be right here waiting for you. All right, to start worry, what we're going to do is we're just going to draw a U shape. And we're just going to draw it just like this. And I want you to stop at the top, right? When you get to the top of this, what we're going to do is we're just going to do like a little spiky kind of hair on it. And that is done by just doing V's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. V's fit on mine. I wonder how many V's fit on yours. Now, we're going to just make worry have these big eyes, okay? And to do that, we're going to use 2 zeros, and we're going to put those zeros right in the middle, just like this, okay? Now, one way to make things, to show emotions when you draw things, is to use eyebrows. Have you ever stood in front of a mirror and used your different eyebrows to make an angry face or a sad face or a happy face, or put one eyebrow up and one down? This is a great way when you make cartoons to be able to express emotions in a way. So worry, typically, if you're drawing on a cartoon, the eyes would be looking up, like it's looking up at something. So we would draw this up here like this, and then we would draw another one like this. Now, if you were just to draw this just like this, it would look like the characters maybe just looking up. But as soon as we add a little bit of an eyebrow, that gives a little curve, right? Because worry, sometimes, if you guys ever remember what worry feels like, sometimes it can feel sad and you don't really know, and there's not really some way to really kind of put into words. Sometimes you just say, I'm just worried. And that sometimes has like a kind of a sad, I don't know kind of feeling to it. And that's kind of what we're doing with these eyebrows. We're just giving them a little bit of a, I don't know kind of thing. And also for the mouth is going to be really flat because a worry feeling is that you kind of sometimes, if you ever remember, think about what it feels like when you worry. You don't really have a sad or happy. It's just, you just worry. It just feels uncertain. It feels like you're not really sure. And that's kind of a flat feeling. And that flat feeling is going to translate right into the mouth of the character. So we're just going to put a straight line across just like that. Now, if you think about worry and you think about the way that you would be moving in that, and you're really kind of, you kind of feel heavy, right? Sometimes it feels like there's like a big weight on your shoulders. And to do that for a character, we're just going to draw, I just want you to draw like a long, stretchy line just like that. Kind of like a half of a hot dog, right? And then do one on the other side, just like that. And for the feet of this character, I want you just to draw the number 11 and then one more number 11, just like this. And we're just going to draw two little, I guess those are J's on the side of each other to get over there. Now, what I would like for you to do here is just have some fun with this part back here. I'm just going to make this character kind of like a little monster with spikes. So if you want to put some spikes on this backside, you can, and you can do that just by doing some zigzag lines. But if you want to put different kind of spikes on yours, feel free to do that. And I also want to put a tail on mine, and my tail for him is going to go just like this and around. So it's just going to be like a little weird little hot dog shape, but have fun with yours. Make any kind of tail you want. You can do, I don't care, whatever kind of tail. I mean, I've seen a bazillion different kinds of tails, and all of them work just fine. Now, see if you notice here when we do it with a marker, we have this line that kind of cut across. I'm going to show you a secret of how to hide all those things so that way nobody really knows that you didn't erase a line. We're going to pretend that our monster guy has striped arms, and we're just going to draw a little stripe and color that in right over top of that. And we're going to put another one and color that in right over top of that. And on this back arm, we're going to do the same thing. So now it looks like our character has these little arms like this. And for its belly, I'm just going to draw a little circle right there and give it also a worried kind of look on it, because it's also not so sure. And if you want, totally up to you, you can do little circles in the corners over here just to kind of give it some little freckles, maybe adds a little cute to it and stuff like this. But this is what worry might look like if we were to draw it as a cartoon character. And so when you feel like you're worrying and sometimes you don't really know, I want you to know that that's completely normal. There is a lot of times where adults, just like me, we feel really worried about things and we don't really know how to deal with it. And sometimes it could feel really, really scary when you don't understand something and you sit around and worry a lot about it. It's okay to feel that, but a good way that has helped me get over that is if I talk to some people and let them know how I'm feeling. I have some friends that I could talk to and I can really share with them that I feel really kind of scared or worried, or I'm not really sure how I feel, just something's bothering me, and I can sit with them and they just listen and they just help me figure things out. I bet you have a friend just like that, or your mom or your dad or your grandma or grandpa or someone in your life that can help you figure out worry. So if you're feeling worried, don't feel like you have to stay feeling like that forever. Find somebody that you can talk to, and I guarantee it will help you get through it. So make sure you sign your name on the bottom of it. I hope you had fun drawing worry. If you feel it, it's okay. I'm just like you. I feel worry too. I think that's what makes us cool, is we have a lot in common. All right, guys, I will see you around. See ya. Hey, Wonder Friends, thanks again for drawing with me. If you'd like to share your drawing with us, make sure that you get the help of an adult and upload it to Facebook or Instagram at Wonderville Studios. Make sure you check out all the other drawing videos that we have, and just remember, it is cool being you, being different is awesome, and be the weird that you want to see in the world. I'll see ya!